It is especially meaningful because, unlike a typical valedictorian, this one was not selected based on the highest grade in the class. Rather, it was selected by my classmates to represent them. For that, I'm truly honored. This is one of the greatest honors I've had in my life, so thank you for that. I hope by the time I finish that our guests, our families, our supporters will have a better appreciation of the incredible people in our class, what our 17-month EMBA journey was like, and hopefully my fellow classmates will take pride and satisfaction in our accomplishments. Unlike most stories, I'm going to start at the end, because knowing how we ended up helps us appreciate where we started. During our last class, Professor Frost asked each of us to come to the front of the room and answer a simple yet hard to verbalize question. If I take away nothing else from the EMBA experience, I will always take away this. And for the next 2 hours, we all got in front of class and answered their question as best as we could. It was one of the highlights of the program for me, because after 17 months, we were close enough to each other, comfortable enough with each other, to share our personal and intimate answers. There were laughs, there were tears, and several times there was an emotional, fragile hush in the room as we told our stories. As a class, we learned things about each other that many of us had only shared with a handful of other classmates. And I'm sure, like a lot of my other classmates, that my respect and appreciation grew even more for the people that shared their stories, as we understood the individual challenges we all took to get here. From that session, there were 2 themes that came through from all the stories. The first was personal transformation. 51 individuals learned a lot about themselves over the 17 months and unexpectedly changed our relationships with ourselves, how we viewed other people, and the world around them. They realized that they could be more successful when they work with the complementary strengths and skills of others. We don't have to do it all by ourselves. The second, which Hayden touched upon, was the profound appreciation we all had for our families and friends for the support they gave us through the program. Believe it or not, several of our classmates mentioned that their career aspirations have been scaled back because how much they value their family after all the time away from them. So, how did we get here? Different people from when we started 17 months ago. I think it helps to go back to where we were in the beginning in August 2013 at the pre-EMBA accounting program hosted by Murray. A wine label is not just a wine label, Bryant. Accounting, Excel. For many of us, these were not words in our vocabularies. We approached that day like it was our first day of kindergarten. That's how nervous we were. Personally, after reading the bios of my new classmates, I was blown away by their accomplishments and careers. There's no way I belonged here. One moment in particularly resonated with me. We were discussing the Caribbean Cafe case, trying to project the profit over the next several years of a young internet cafe company in Jamaica. We had to figure out the NPV, or net present value, of the projected earnings. NPV, what is that? So Murray, rugby is a metaphor for everything in life, Bryant, asked if anyone had figured it out, and Deborah raised her hand and walked us through the Excel formula she used in her calculation. I was blown away. I never met a person who could work a spreadsheet like that. To me, it was magic. I knew then that we were going to learn a lot from the program. So let's jump ahead to our first 2 weeks, 2 weeks later to our first week at Spencer. Professor Peter Bell, who taught us analytics, explained to us that there are 2 kinds of people in the world. Quants and poets. Quants were those who used data and the analysis of everything. The world was easily figured out by numbers and formulas. And then he said, with what seemed like pity, there were poets who had feelings, saw the world as uncertain, and needed to explore their feelings of themselves and their co-workers before they could move on. Quants were easily recognized because whenever we had a spreadsheet exercise in class, they would stop playing with their phones and boredom, Michael Benvenuti. They would sit up straight, and you could see the faint crack of a smile as they navigated around a spreadsheet. Sammy was so happy, he even stopped watching sport highlights. shake her head in disapproval. Many of us in the class were poets, and although we didn't understand quants, we were happy that there was one of them in each of our learning groups. And we were thrilled that they were willing to help us in competence learn Excel. Thank you, Omar and Michael Benvenuti, for organizing the after-hour sessions for our class. Your selflessness was a sign of things to come. The first couple of days at Spencer were intense. One person just up and left the course right on the second day. He was there in the morning, wasn't there in the afternoon. That night, many people were shell-shocked, some in tears. Others ready to quit because of the challenge of analytics and accounting. It was a tough time for a lot of us. But it soon became clear that the quants were challenged too. They were facing situations in leadership and marketing that weren't explained with the formula. For example, we learned in our marketing class with Mark Vandenbosch that it's okay to get an answer with, it depends. Nothing is black and white. So how did the changes within each of us begin? How did 51 type A personalities, a group of bankers, salespeople, marketers, aides to federal ministers, accountants, physicians, small business owners, lawyers, designers, and that's just what AJ has done so far in life. Veterinarians, experts in heavy manufacturing, IT, insurance, assisted living, and even mustard. Easy. Break them up into groups of 6 and have them pretend they're survivors of a plane crash in the wilderness of Labrador and have them answer, stay and wait for help or walk to civilization. Welcome to the first lesson in our learning team. Regardless of the answer, we had all learned that what we thought we knew to be right might be wrong, so it might be time to listen and work with each other to get to the best possible solution. The road to personal transformation had begun. We all learned that the EMBA is a great equalizer. No matter how smart we are, how poised we are at work, how well we dress, or how successful we are, the EMBA program is to make each of us feel like an absolute idiot at one time or another. How many times did you raise your hand with the certainty that you knew the answer that would break open the case, guaranteed to get you a 95% class participation, and the everlasting admiration and respect from Simon, Lynn, or Tony, and the only thing that came out of your mouth appeared to be absolute gibberish. We all had those moments, but we felt comfortable enough with each other to try again. We became each other's biggest cheerleaders because we wanted each other to succeed. Our educational voyage concluded for a trip to India, where we saw a collision of extremes. Exciting entrepreneurship with smiles on the faces of child street beggars. Gut-wrenching poverty and over-the-top opulence. Women dressed in rich, vibrant colors and gray smoke from coal fires over Agra. Our eyes were opened to the opportunities and collective ambitions of economic and social progress in India. That we want to thank Michael Rouse for introducing us to this memorable opportunity, and also thank you to Matt for organizing our meeting with the Canadian High Commissioner. That was a highlight for a lot of people. Meanwhile, we weren't just changing personally, we were also changing as business people. I knew that the EMBA program had done what it was supposed to do, but during one of our company meetings in India, our team sort of stopped and looked at each other and realized, yeah, we can do this. We can add value to an international company. We weren't terrified of the challenges or doubting our ability like we were 17 months ago. We have become business people with the skills, knowledge, awareness, and confidence to add value wherever we chose to apply it. So, now we're done, truly done. It first hit me one Sunday in February when I woke up and I realized I had nothing to do that day. Nothing. No cases to read, no projects or tests to write. My wife Melissa and I discussed what we could do that day, and we had no idea. We had to learn what normal people do with their free time. And now that we're done, I'd like to think back on the EMBA and tease myself with some questions. For example, when I'm home in the evening or on the weekend, I sometimes ask myself, can I now spend 20 to 30 hours a week working on the EMBA? Absolutely not. Can you just imagine just trying to add this in now? I don't know how we did it for 17 months. I think of the things we never want to see or experience again. Murray, I know more about your business than you do, Bryant. Trustees of the companies we work for. Being vandemboshed. Demand curves. 5-hour take-home exams. Demand curves. Studying in slide on a beautiful day. Supply curves. Sitting in class at Spencer on a holiday Monday. It's a long list. Then I think of the things we want to see and experience again, and all I can think of are the learning and intellectual challenges that came with all of the above. It was tough, but our minds were still alive. As a small business owner, I used to think that the EMBA gave the best return to other small business owners like myself because we could apply what we learned right away, or we could use our businesses for projects. So by the way, thank you to all my learning teams. Our business is doing great with your help. Thank you. I felt that those who worked in larger corporations would have to wait until they moved up the corporate ladder to directly apply their knowledge. But I've since come to appreciate that my classmates in larger corporations and organizations are in the best position to fulfill the IB mission of being business leaders who think globally, act strategically, and contribute to their communities. As a small business owner, I can directly impact a small group of people, but that can be magnified by the hundreds, thousands, and tens of thousands as some of you progress in your careers. Your ability to make significant and positive contributions to your business, your employees, your industry, your community, and society are profound. Don't forget our lessons, our cases, and the clarity of how things should be that was just so fresh in our minds a few short months ago. We have a gift of knowledge and skills that will keep on giving. In closing, I'd like to thank some of the people who contributed so much to our IB experience. Melanie and Karim for organizing our social activities. We are not always the easiest people to please, but you did an exceptional job helping us blow off steam.